All right, that's the end of the opening of Up.
That's Up. We got a full milliliter of tears.
Show it off.
Ta-da! It's gross.
It's super gross. I didn't realize it would be that gross, actually. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, where today we're gonna be crying a river for science. Well done, right? That was pretty good.
I like that.
That was nice. Thanks, guys. So I think at some point in all of our lives, because we're denizens of the internet, we've come across the meme of salting popcorn with the tears of our enemies.
Or salting something anyway. Just using the tears of your enemies to salt
And so
things.
earlier this year, I had this idea of, hey, we have a food channel. Salt and popcorn are foods. I wonder if anyone's done this.
Our producers were like, nope, and there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, they said that this was one of those ideas that ranked up there with bread gloves.
Oh no.
And eating my own Christmas tree. So really, you know, the ideas that are coming from Matt Pat over here on the Food Theory channel are real bangers. So we did a quick Google search and we found that there was one brand that said that they have actually done this, and that's Hoxton Street Monster Supplies. I think that was their name. And then we looked a little bit closer at their ingredients list, and no friends, they weren't human tears. It was just coarse ground sea salt. So nope.
Imagine that.
No bueno. Do you think the deep web has need for an educational food-centric video series?
I think people there also know how to use the regular internet and could probably access this show
No,
anyway.
they're two separate things, and never the twain shall meet. And so us having a lightly food-themed channel that is also lightly educational, we decided, you know what? Let's do what no one else has had the bravery to do: salt popcorn with real human tears.
Are you ready to cry today?
Yes, I'm ready to cry every day. I open up my email, just spontaneously burst.
That's good. That's good. That's where we're going to collect all these tears. Matthew's just going to look at his to-do lists, and we're just going to collect them all. Just... And he's going to be like, another meeting! And we're going to be like, yes!
So that's where we are today, friends. Can you salt your food using your own tears?
If we get 4 kernels of popcorn popped and seasoned with our own tears, I would call that a huge success.
All right, there you go. We're aiming for 4 solid kernels salted from our own tears. Can we do it? Let's find out. So the first thing I learned as I started researching tears is that there are actually 3 different types of tears. Basal tears, which coat your eyes under normal everyday conditions, reflex tears, which are produced in response to irritants, and emotional tears, which are, of course, produced by Pixar movies. From a compositional standpoint, each type of tear is a little bit different. For instance, basal tears contain a small amount of mucus that allows the eyelid to glide more easily. Emotional tears, on the other hand, contain more stress hormones that the body's trying to get rid of. But again, these differences are very minute. Generally speaking, all tears are about 99% water by weight, with salts being the next most present. But why am I sitting here firing off science facts at you guys when Food Theory's resident expert is right next to me in the kitchen?
Oh, hey!
Put that degree to use, Stephanie.
Woo-hoo, here I am. This is what that money and all those years in grad school were for. So we have multiple types of salt in our body. We have NaCl, sure. We also have KCl, because potassium.
What's that, potassium chloride?
Potassium chloride. So, yeah.
I didn't even go to school for this. So, Stephanie, you're mentioning NaCl, KCl. What is the definition of a salt?
That's a great question, actually. So
Thank
salt
you.
is something that can be ionized and then dispersed in water. It's basically water-soluble ion. So you might remember from that good old high school chemistry class that water is polar, which means it has a negative end and a positive end. And salt is made of a positive ion and a negative ion. So when you put them in water, they just disperse really nicely, distribute throughout the water, where the positive end of water attracts to the negative ion of the salt. Basically, a salt is where you have your periodic table, right? Boom, diagram of the periodic table.
Here's our child's periodic table, because we are uber nerds.
Right?
And we have a 3-year-old, and it's like, here's your first periodic table, 3-year-old. We are the worst.
So, no, he thinks all the pictures are cool though. So, salt, Na, sodium over here, already has a picture of salt on it because it's the most common type of salt. But you can have lots of different types of salts. And you basically take anything from this first column and combine it with anything from this column over here, this second to last column, and you're gonna get a salt of some kind.
So Stephanie, you're saying that based on this periodic table and everything you just said, I can make salt using bananas and toothpaste.
Yes, definitely. It's super young.
Anyway, the idea here is that if we remove the water molecules from tears, the ions and anions left behind will bind together to form salt. And we can actually remove those water molecules super easily by collecting a bunch of our tears in a pot and then heating that pot to a boil. The water molecules should all evaporate and all the salt will be left behind as a solid residue, at least in theory. But first things first, we had to successfully collect a bunch of tears. So Steph and I started with a little trick of the trade that I used back in my acting days. Chopped onions.
Let's do it, guys. Onions, like if you cry every time.
Like if you cry every time.
Oh, there we go. There we go. You gotta stick it nice and close to your eyeball. Here you go. There we go.
Why do onions make people cry? Great question, me. Onions are a classic example of an irritant that causes those reflex tears that we talked about earlier. When the skin of an onion is broken, it spews multiple compounds into the air, which combine to produce propanethyl S-oxide, a gas that irritates our lacrimal glands, which produce tears. Now back to our regularly scheduled kitchen shenanigans, where we're finally able to get some waterworks out of Steph.
Hold on. Wait. Wait.
Are you getting it? Oh yeah! Yeah! Let me use the teeny funnel. Or a pipette. I'm gonna jab her in the eye. It's gone.
I didn't wear mascara today. No, it's there. It's there.
Not.
It's there.
There's not enough there for me to collect
Come on.
Your eyes are barely
Okay,
moist.
we have to keep cutting then. We
Your
have
eyes
to.
are barely moist.
This is terrible.
Food theory used to be our favorite.
What happened? I hate this channel.
Oh, that hurts. That makes me want to cry.
Oh, God. This is like ugly crying. You better be getting all of this.
You have so much water on your face and none of it is usable. Why is it so moist all around her eye and none of it
Maybe I just secrete the tears straight out of my cheeks.
Ooh, that was a good one. So collecting tears is really hard. Yeah, that was pretty much the understatement of the afternoon. It quickly became apparent that basal and reflex tears weren't gonna get us the sheer amount of tear volume that we were after. So Steph and I turned our focus to the last hope, emotional tears. All right, guys, so how are we gonna collect salt?
Okay, so we need to start crying a lot. There are a few ways we could try and do that.
Fire up the Pixar marathon. Fire it up.
I don't think that's as much of a joke as we think it is.
Kick me in the balls.
Oh my God.
That would make me cry.
I feel like you've accidentally fallen on things a couple of times, and I think you more just writhe in pain.
We'll learn a lot about ourselves today. Oh, I know what we gotta do, guys.
Wait.
Okay, Pixar movie marathon.
Yes.
Kicking the balls. Read the comments.
Yeah, we'll see you in the comments section.
See you in the comments. You're fat. You've lost relevance. Sans isn't Ness. A single solitary tear.
This is gonna be a great day.
This is gonna be a fun one. Wow, that definitely is not ruining the moment there. Your face was just like moisture all over. I'm better at producing rolling tears, I think.
This is one of the weirdest things I've ever done. I'm just saying. Wait, do I have one? Wait, do I have one?
You do. You have a lot of makeup. It's gonna make this very untasty. Time fleeting again. Time is so fleeting. Damn it. I don't care about the dog. I care about lost time.
He thought it was skip every day.
It's gonna be some tasty popcorn. So after 2 movies, we've learned a couple things. First off, that I have bigger, more sumptuous tears than Stephanie. Stephanie just oozes moisture, but mine actually come in like big ball tears.
I never realized that my tears were so dispersed.
2, we've realized that there's a really untapped market for just bottled tears. Hey, if Belle Delphine can sell her bath water, I think we can sell our own tears. Is that like a health thing? I don't know.
It's all a health thing.
Let me know down in the comments below. How much would you pay
for YouTuber tears?
For a milliliter of bottled YouTuber tears? Feels weird. I think we might have enough.
We might get a couple of grains of salt.
But I think I'm gonna just go through 2 more movies to see if I can just add to this a little bit more. So that's exactly what I did. Point is, I went for it, friends. I immersed myself in sorrow. I even went back to the comment section for Sans' Ness. Remember when people hated on him for this theory? I do. Friends after hours, and I do mean hours of trying to induce tears every way that we could possibly think of, Steph and I were only able to produce about 1.75 milliliters of tears between the 2 of us. Our research tells us that tears have a salinity or salt concentration of less than 10 parts per thousand. Basically, that means that we would expect 1.75 milliliters of tears to yield less than 0.02 grams of salt. And that is, well, it's not a lot. For reference, those infuriatingly tiny salt packets that you get from fast food restaurants like In-N-Out and Wendy's, yeah, those contain 0.75 grams. Our expected yield was roughly 1/40th of that. Yes, maybe Pixar movies aren't actually as sad as I thought. Okay, I take that back. I take it back. I didn't mean it, Pixar.
We're here, emotionally drained, but ready to eat.
Cry sessions are over, and I've got some unsalted, very general popcorn. Oh, garbage. It needs salt.
Yeah, it's pretty bland.
I don't know if this is gonna help though. So across our various watching this afternoon, we've gotten about 2 milliliters of tears, and what I assume is a lot of like makeup and bodily fluids, because I don't know, man, this is disgusting looking.
It's really, really gross. Don't do this.
This is terrible.
Don't try to harvest your tears. It's disgusting. It's very upsetting to look at.
Oh,
it's really upsetting. It's actually making me kind of sick. I don't want to look at it before we boil it.
So anyway, yeah, I'm definitely surprised at how milky and cloudy it is. I think next time, if we were to do this again, I would probably...
It's like wash your face between each movie or something.
Yeah.
It's like sweat and other stuff.
It's gross.
It's really awful. And we're not like disgusting people. No. This is just disgusting stuff.
You know, all right. So, you know, if you have to say that you're not a disgusting person, I feel like you're probably disgusting. We
probably are. We're probably gross people. We have a 3-year-old. We're covered in germs.
So at this point, we're gonna pour these into our boiling pot, presumably boil off all the water, and be left with salt.
There's not much liquid in here, so I don't think it's gonna take very long.
Okay, here we go. So tears are going in.
Oh my
sizzle,
gosh, sizzle.
Boiling off immediately. Oh, immediately. Hey!
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Look, there it is.
Look, there's something scrapable.
There is a residue. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a residue. Prepare that Petri dish, Steph.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, we're gonna scrape out the residue, which I'm sure is made up of salt.
I'm so excited that we actually got stuff out. It's mostly my foundation, I think, because there's no more on my face.
I'm very worried about the amount that is your foundation, as well as the amount that's skin flakes.
It's non-toxic. It's potable, technically. Makeup, right? I don't buy cheap stuff. Wow, there's quite a bit of flake in there.
There's a lot of something in here. I'm actually surprised by the amount of stuff that came out of this. That stuff, by the way, weighed in at 0.12 grams. If our research is correct, only about 1/6 of that was actually salt. What made up the other 5/6? I don't want to think about that too much, because I'd prefer to get some sleep tonight. But if I were to hazard a guess, I'd say Steph's makeup and a whole lot of skin cells.
Are you gonna taste it? Are you gonna taste whether it tastes salty?
Yeah, I'm gonna taste it.
Okay, go ahead and taste it.
What does that taste like? Huh.
You could lick my cheek and see how similar it might be.
Okay.
Just get...
Oh yeah, that's it. But this is giving you the actual flavor. And I'm curious, I need someone else to...
It's salty!
It is.
No way! It's salt! No, there's a lot of salt in there.
Salty.
It tastes salty!
It's weird. There's also...
I thought it was gonna taste like dirt, like the dirt on your face, but it tastes like salt, the salt in your sweat.
Yeah. Like when you sweat into your own mouth, it kind of tastes like that.
Okay, so It's salt, and I think what you're tasting is a very small sulfury taste. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think might be the makeup, to be honest.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of salt flavor here. So we're all set on the salt. This absolutely works 100%.
Salt forward. Salt forward.
But there is an aftertaste on the back end of it that has a, I guess, sulfuric flavor or maybe fleshy flavor. It's kind of this like muted other flavor attached to it that I can't quite identify. And I'm trying to equate it to something else.
It's not lovely. Stop eating it. If we're gonna put it on popcorn, we have to have some left.
Oh, all right, so here we go.
Okay.
This is it, friends.
Wait, okay.
Prepare the 4 corn kernels.
I think this might be enough for
It might
4.
be,
Okay.
actually.
Oh, it's enough to sprinkle? Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sprinkling it.
Matt, do you want to get down here and get this sprinkle action? Oh, it's definitely enough for 4 kernels. We have it going on.
I'm shocked by the amount of actual stuff.
Particulate matter. I don't think we should necessarily call it pure salt, but particulate matter definitely gets to it.
All right, this boy right here. This boy right here is the saltiest boy.
It is the saltiest. Here.
This is the salty boy.
Dink it.
Here you go. Cheers.
As Rhett and Link do.
Here we go.
This is something Rhett and Link would do.
Here you go.
Oh no. Here we go. Possibly the first ever kernels of popcorn salted with the tears of sadness.
Tears of sorrow, over the teeth, over the gums. What does sorrow taste like? Subtle.
It's subtle.
Subtle.
But it's there.
It is there.
It's salty.
There's a little bit of salt.
It's definitely saltier than the regular popcorn. Oh no. Oh no, we did it.
We did it.
Oh no. I don't know why. I think I should be celebrating this, but also at the same time, I'm like, we should definitely not be celebrating this.
So, I mean, I think we proved what we set out to do today.
We actually did. There was a hypothesis. We put it out there. It was a meme, and now it's real life, everybody.
And I gotta say, I am shocked by the fact that we were able to get that much salt out of like 1.5 milliliters, 2 milliliters of tears.
I mean, it was amazing. I have to say, for the amount of salt we got, I do feel pretty emotionally drained.
Yeah, I will say it was definitely emotionally exhausting and a lot of work to even get that much. We've done it, but also why wouldn't I just reach over to this and dump this on there?
So we're done, right? We're done. We're done?
I want more of those stuff. You know what, Steph?
What?
Based off of this and the success of this,
yes,
I want to see how much more we can do. I want to see if I can figure out a way to salt a bowl of popcorn.
No.
Yes!
This was like, no. I can't do it. I have no more tears in these
right
eyeballs.
now, but what if we harvest it over the course of like a week?
No.
Watch it. We can have a sad movie marathon.
No, I'm not doing that.
We can watch Beaches and This Is Us.
I'll be
and A Million Little
devastated.
Pieces.
You don't understand. I will be depressed.
Well, sure, but you'll have salty popcorn.
Oh. No.
It is a lot of work.
You cry. I will be over there watching the Great British Baking Show.
Wait, hold up. What if sweat? Sweat? Salty? We literally just compared it to sweat. We literally said, wow, it tastes like the sweat that comes off your face that falls in your mouth, except it's slightly less watery.
We're cutting here.
Sweat.
We're cutting here.
This is it. You got a new treadmill. I'm a sweaty boy. We'll harvest it in no time.
You're a sweaty boy.
The amount of effort
cut the
and
camera.
Speed, it's gonna happen. Part 2. Let them know in the comments. Let us know down in the comments below. Sweat? Yes. Harvesting our sweat for salt.
No.
Coming to a food theory channel near you.
No.
But hey, that's not a theory. That's a fact. Right, Steph? You're looking for excuses to exercise? This is it. Synergy. Synergy in our life. Up top. I got the up top! We're doing it! Thanks for watching, Theorists. If you enjoyed watching us make fools of ourselves in the name of science, might I recommend the episode where Steph and I try and fail to eat an entire Christmas tree. The holiday season is upon us after all, so go ahead, click on that one right now. Get festive, y'all. And as a reward for watching all the way to the end, here's a little food theory hot goss. We're actually making a sequel to the Christmas tree episode this year. Yeah, we are that dumb/stubborn. So keep an eye out for that episode in the coming weeks. Make sure you're subscribed so that way it increases the odds of you seeing it when it comes out. And as always, don't forget, like if you cry every time.